Good morning, students. Today I'm going to start the new chapter, that is combustion, flame, and the fuels. So, come to the chapter combustion, flame, and the fuels. Combustion, flame, and the fuels are now combustion in simple we say burning in simple language, and the object which helps in burning are called the fuels. And when burning takes place, some light and heat is produced. So light is in the form of flame. So that is the combustion, flame, and the fuels. Now in science we define the combustion as a chemical change or a chemical process in which takes place with the help of air or oxygen. And why it is called a chemical change? Because it cannot come back to its original substance. So that's why it is called as a chemical change. Now come to the chapter focus. What are the chapter focus you will study? Combustion, that is the first topic. Methods to control the fire, second topic. Then the flame, fuels, and the pollutant formed after combustions. So these topics you will study in this chapter. Now come to the combustion, flame, and the fuels. Activity is given, the burn test. So what is burn test? You have to collect some materials like borosilicate glass, matchsticks, stone, straw, paper, and iron nails. So one by one you will burn it. First of all, burn the borosilicate glass. Will it burn? No. So no burning, no heat is produced. Matchstick will burn, so give the tick, heat and light is produced. Heat and light. Stone, no, it will not burn. Straw will burn, paper will burn, and iron nails will not burn. So the substance which the object which are burned, which will burn, they will produce heat and light. Heat and light. And the substance which do not burns will not produce heat and light. So on the basis of this, we classify the objects into combustible substance and non-combustible substance. So combustible substance means which can burn and produces heat and light, whereas the non-combustible substance which do not burns and do not produce heat and light. So that is about the burn test, and according to which we can classify the objects into the combustible and the non-combustible substances. Now combustion always is to produce energy, that is heat and light. So have you observed why we use a cooking gas to cook food and even to press the clothes, either an electric iron or the iron which is placed over a burned piece of coal? Why? Because we need cooking gas and coal to produce energy, to burn certain materials. So the process of burning of a substance in the presence of air or oxygen to give light and heat is called combustion. Underline this line, the process of combustion. So underline this line, the process of combustion of a substance in the presence of oxygen to give heat and light. So always heat and light is produced, but in some cases sound is also produced. Sound means, for example, in the crackers, when you burn the crackers or even the explosives, they will also produce sound along with heat and light. So after combustion, not only heat and light is produced, but sound is also produced. So some materials on burning also release sound. So we can classify all materials on the basis of whether they burn or not burn. So burn, which the object which burns are called combustible. Object which do not burns are called non-combustible. So according to which we can classify the objects. Now in the last paragraph, in combustion oxygen react with. So we say air or oxygen which react with the substance and the object get burns. So the addition of oxygen is also called oxidation. So oxygen helps to burn the object, and the addition of oxygen is called oxidation. So we can say that combustion is a chemical change. Why? Because we cannot get back the original substance after combustion. So combustion is chemical change, and we cannot get back the original substance after combustion. Now, next page. A combustible substance that is used to produce heat or energy to do work is called fuels. Underline this line. A combustible substance used to produce heat or light to do work is called the fuels. Examples: coal, petrol, CNG, and LPG. So these are the combustible substance. And the substance like stone, metals, glass, they do not burn in air, so they are called non-combustible substance. So that is about the combustible and the non-combustible substance. Now, what are the conditions necessary for the combustion? Could you imagine? So how the combustion takes place? Number one, with the help of air or oxygen. Number two, the combustible substance. And also there is one more important thing, that is ignition temperature. That is the minimum temperature at which object starts to burn. So the conditions required for combustions are: number one, combustible substances; number two, presence of air or oxygen; and number three, the ignition temperature. So ignition temperature is also very much important for the burning, that is the combustion. So conditions required for combustion are: the combustible substances. For combustion, the presence of combustible substances is must, such as LPG, that is the liquefied petroleum, CNG, the compressed natural gas, and petrol. So combustible substance is very necessary. Presence of air or oxygen. Combustion can take place only in the presence of oxygen. This is the second factor, the conditions. So underline this line. Oxygen is very important. So for a complete combustion to take place, oxygen should be present to sufficient quantity. In case of insufficient supply of oxygen, the combustion is incomplete and the fuel remains unburned. So have you ever noticed that if the holes of burners are blocked, then the bottom of the utensil gets blackened? Why? Due to insufficient energy of the supply of oxygen. So oxygen is very necessary for the complete combustion, not the partial. In the same case in the vehicles also, when the fuels burn, if complete combustion takes place, then you will see no black substance. So that means carbon dioxide is produced. If partial combustion takes place, that means the petrol contains the impurities, then incomplete combustion will take place and you will see some black smoke. So that is called the partial combustion. So remember, after complete combustion, carbon dioxide gas is produced, and this complete combustion takes place only with the help of oxygen. So this is the second conditions necessary. Ignition temperature. Ignition means the minimum temperature at which object starts to burn. So different substances have different ignition temperatures. So a matchstick catches the fire when it is rubbed against a rough surface. A burning matchstick can set a paper on fire, but it cannot set a piece of wood on fire. Why? Because wood and paper can be easily burned, but wood will take time. Why? Because wood has different ignition temperature. So underline this line: wood and paper have different ignition temperature. So substance have a high ignition temperature, whereas other have the low ignition temperature. So high ignition temperature will catch fire very slowly, do not catch fire easily, whereas the low ignition temperature will catch fire very easily. Example: LPG, petrol, CNG, etc. These substances are called inflammable substance. So inflammable substance can catch very fire easily due to their low ignition temperature, and high ignition temperature will not catch fire very easily. So that is the conditions required for combustion. So what are the conditions? Number one, oxygen, and number three, ignition. These are the three conditions necessary for the combustion. Here, that, do you know that elements like sodium and phosphorus, they start burning on their own. Why? Because they have the very low ignition temperature. When kept on, even in at room temperature, they will catches fire. So they are stored in kerosene oil because they are very very reactive and they have very very low ignition temperature. That's why they start burning. So some metals, some elements are very 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 reactive metals. So they catches fire. So what are the conditions necessary? Combustible substances, that is the fuels, then the air, oxygen, and number three, the ignition temperature. Activity is given to show that air is necessary for combustion. So what you will do, you will take two candles and take the two glass jars or beakers and a matchstick. Set the apparatus as shown here. Light two identical candles and cover both the glass with inverted glass jar. Glass jar leave some spaces as an inlet. So how will you give the spaces? That means you will put some objects so that some spaces should be there, and in the second case no spaces are provided. So that's why in A candle is still burning, and in B the candle stops burning. Why? Because the candle that has opening or some space in one jar burns for a long time due to the presence of oxygen. Oxygen is still there. Whereas in the second case, since there is no space left for oxygen, so the candle will not burn. It will just escape. So in the absence of air, the candle will not remain lit for a long time. So oxygen is very very necessary for combustion. That's all.